Hello students, in this lecture on integration, we start with exercise 5.3 and deal with sums, that is a e raised to x plus b upon c e raised to x plus d. When we come across such sums, we solve them in this way, that is we write the numerator as a into the denominator plus b into the differentiation of denominator, that is d dx of denominator. And then we proceed further to find what is the value of a and b. You will understand it in a more clearer manner when we start with the sums actually. So we begin with the first sum of exercise 5.3, which is the integral of 3e raised to twice of t plus 5 upon 4e raised to twice of t minus 5. Now the variable given here is t, not x. So when we find the derivative, we find the derivative with respect to t. So here we write the numerator, that is 3e raised to twice of t plus 5 as a into the denominator, that is 4e raised to twice of t minus 5 plus b into the differentiation of the denominator, that is d dt of 4e raised to twice of t minus 5. Okay, upon writing it this way, we go further and the LHS remains as it is for now. On the RHS, again the first term we write as it is and the second term becomes this way, b into now 4e raised to twice of t, the differentiation of 4e raised to twice of t, e raised to x, derivative is e raised to x. So e raised to twice of t is indeed e raised to twice of t, but by the chain rule we also get 2. Okay, so this becomes the differentiation. What about minus 5? It becomes 0 when we find the derivative. So we can simplify it further and write it like this, that is a into 4e raised to twice of t minus 5 plus, now 4 2s are 8, so 8b into e raised to twice of t. This becomes our final term there. Now further what we do is, we take the LHS, we can simplify one step further, that is we write the LHS over here is equal to RHS. What we do is, now we open the first bracket and multiply with a. So we get 4a e raised to twice of t minus 5a, which is equal to, sorry, not which is equal to, but which is now plus 8b into e raised to twice of t. Okay, now what we can do is, we can take the terms containing e raised to twice of t on the RHS and group them together to make it still more simpler actually. LHS we write it as it is and on the RHS we take the terms containing e raised to twice of t. That is the first term 4a and the last term 8b comes in the bracket because both of them contain the term, common term that is there. Okay, and minus 5a remains as it is. Then comparing the LHS and the RHS, we take those terms which contain e raised to twice of t, that is this term and this term, and equate them on both the sides. So cancelling that e raised to twice of t, we are going to get 3 is equal to 4a plus 8b. Okay, 3 is equal to 4a plus 8b. And what about the other term? The other term becomes 5 is equal to minus 5a. These are the constant terms on both the sides. So 5 is equal to minus a. From this we get the value of a. So a becomes minus 1. Now we put a is equal to minus 1 on this side. So we get 3 is equal to minus 4 plus 8b. Now taking minus 4 on the other side, we get 7 is equal to 8b, or b is equal to 7 upon 8. So thus we get the value of a and b. Now we have written the numerator as a into denominator plus b into derivative of the denominator. So in the integral, in our question now, I is equal to the integral of numerator. Now instead of the numerator, we write minus 1 into denominator. A is minus 1. So minus 1, that is minus 1 into the denominator, that is 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5, this is the denominator, plus b into derivative of the denominator, that is b into b is 7 upon 8. 7 upon 8 into derivative of that term, denominator term is 8 e raised to twice of t. Okay, the whole upon the denominator. The whole upon 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5 dt. Now here we can cancel 8 and thus simplify a bit the sum that is there. And then now we separate out the integrals. We separate both the terms, that is the first term becomes this way, minus 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5 upon 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5 dt, okay, plus the other integral becomes integral of 7 e raised to twice of t. 7 e raised to twice of t upon the denominator 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5 into dt. Now here what next can we do? What we can do is we can cancel out, in the first term at least, we can cancel out the common numerator and the denominator. Thus, we get in the first term we get minus 1 dt. Okay, and as of now the second term is written as it is till I tell you how to do it. Okay, at the most what we can do is we can write 7 outside the integral sign. So it becomes simpler. 7 comes outside the integral sign, e raised to twice of t upon 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5 dt. Now what we do is we let the first term remain as it is. The first term remains as it is, or we can remove the integral of the first term. We can remove the answer for the first term. The answer for the first term, if the minus sign comes outside, the integral of 1 becomes t, isn't it? So the answer here is t. The integral of 1 or the integral of x is, sorry, the integral of 1 is x. Here in this case the variable is dt, t, and so the integral of 1 is t. So minus t we get here, okay, and then for the other term, we write it as it is. And then what we do is, see carefully what we are doing. See, we leave this term, the first term as it is, and the other term, the second term, we write like this way. Let I1 is equal to e raised to twice of t upon 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5. Okay, let I1 be this term. Now, if you remember, I1 is the integral of this term. Now, if you remember the substitution method that we did in the previous lecture, we can substitute in such a way that we get this particular term, that is a numerator, as the dx term that is there. Okay, we substitute in such a way that the numerator comes out as a substituted value. So we write, let the denominator, let 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5 is equal to, say, u. Okay, we cannot put t over here because t is already a variable. So let 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5 is equal to u, and therefore upon differentiating with respect to u, we get the value this way, that is with respect to t we differentiate, and so we get this way, this value, that is 8 e raised to twice of t is equal to du by dt. You do remember substitution method, I hope, from the last lecture. So therefore, we get e raised to twice of t dt as du upon 8. Okay, as du upon 8. And therefore, the integral I1, therefore I1 becomes, with the substitution, it becomes du upon 8 the whole upon u, because we have taken the denominator as u. Taking 1 upon 8 on the other side, 1 upon 8 outside the integral, we get this way, 1 upon 8 integral of 1 upon u du. Okay, here also we should write du. Du is already written there anyway. So, what is the integral of 1 upon? It is log. So, the answer for I1 becomes 1 upon 8 log mod of u plus c. Okay, so I1 becomes 1 upon 8 log mod of u plus c, and we resubstitute the value of u over there. We resubstitute the value of u. U was actually this way, log of 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5 plus c. This is the second integral, answer for the second integral. The answer for the first integral we already got. We got minus x over there. You can go back in the video and see. So therefore, our integral becomes a sum of both these answers. Our integral becomes minus t plus, in the second integral, if you remember, 7 was there outside the integration sign. So 7 into 1 upon 8, which is 7 upon 8 log of 4 e raised to twice of t minus 5 plus c becomes the answer over here, final answer over here. So as of now, the sum looks quite long. You can go back in the video, you can pause wherever you have a doubt and look at it again, etc. and just make it thorough before we move to the next sum that is there. In the second sum, the question is integral of 20 minus 12 e raised to x upon 3 e raised to x minus 4. So we start with the numerator, that is 20 minus 12 e raised to x can be written as a into denominator, that is 3 e raised to x minus 4 plus b into the derivative of the denominator, that is the derivative of 3 e raised to x minus 4. Okay, then the RHS, the first term remains as it is. And the second term becomes this way. The derivative of 3 e raised to x is 3 e raised to x itself. So we get 3b e raised to x, and minus 4 has become 0. Now we open the bracket for the first term of the RHS, and thus we get 3a e raised to x minus 4a, and the second term we keep it as it is. Now we take the e raised to x terms common, and thus we get in the bracket 3a plus 3b, and minus 4a is written as it is. Then in the next step, now from the LHS term is 12, that is 20 minus 12 e raised to x and on the RHS we have these two terms. Okay, so we take the e raised to x terms together. So we get 3a plus 3b is equal to minus 12, and therefore we can write a plus b is equal to minus 4. Similarly, the other term, that is we have minus 4a is equal to 20 or a is equal to minus 5. So thus we got the value for a. Now we put a is equal to minus 5 in this term, that is minus 5 plus b is equal to minus 4. Therefore, b comes out as 1. B comes out as 1. So we got the value for a and b. Now let us write the modified integral. So our integral becomes a into, that is in this case a is actually minus 5. So it becomes integral of minus 5 into the denominator, that is 3 e raised to x minus 4 plus b is 1. So b as it is, b into the denominator, that is the derivative of the denominator. So 3 e raised to x, the whole upon the denominator. So we have written the modified numerator over here. And then we separate out the integrals. So our first term becomes this way. And the second term, that is integral of 3 e raised to x upon 3 e raised to x minus 4. Now, like we did in the previous sum, again, in the first term we cancel out the common terms in the denominator and the numerator, and thus we get integral of minus 5 dx plus the second term, let us write it for now as it is. Now here I wish to tell you a particular formula. See, we can easily substitute, that is let I1 is equal to the second term, and then we can do the substitution method as well. But then there is a formula which you can use directly, even that is equally applicable. The formula is this way: the integral of f dash of x upon fx gives us log mod of fx plus c. This is the formula. That is, you observe the numerator and the denominator. Okay, see, observe the numerator and the denominator of the second term. Now, when you take the second term denominator and you find the derivative, what is the derivative of 3 e raised to x minus 4? It is 3 e raised to x, isn't it? So that derivative comes out as the numerator. So if fx is 3 e raised to x minus 4, then f dash x is 3 e raised to x. That means the answer can be directly written as log fx plus c. That is log the denominator plus c. So if you can understand this formula and if you can keep it in mind, then you can directly write the formula over here and get the answer in one step. However, if you cannot remember the formula, you can of course use the substitution method also over here. So this sum, I am going to use this formula, which is going to give me the same answer basically. Okay. So the answer that I am going to get is minus 5, the integral of minus 5 is minus 5x plus the integral of 3 e raised to x upon e raised to x, 3 e raised to x minus 4 becomes log mod of 3 e raised to x minus 4. So here what I have done, I have applied the formula and written the answer directly instead of using the substitution method. Both the methods are equally valid actually. If you can understand the formula, nothing like it. You can always save your time by using the formula that is there. The third sum, you can try it out as assignment similar to the first and the second sum. We move on to the fourth sum. Now the fourth sum, maybe you can do it along with me. By now you must have understood the method. So from the question, we write the numerator in this way. Then the next step, that is a into 2 e raised to x plus 1 remains as it is. plus the derivative of 2 e raised to x is 2 e raised to x itself. So we get 2b e raised to x. And 1 becomes 0. Then we open the bracket. So we get 2a e raised to x plus a plus 2b e raised to x. Then we write the LHS so that it becomes easier to do the sum. So 2 e raised to x plus 5 is equal to, now on the RHS we take the e raised to x terms common. We can even take 2 common there because 2 e raised to x is there on both the sides. So 2 e raised to x we take out common. In the bracket we get a plus b plus a. So upon looking at the LHS and the RHS, we find that a plus b becomes 1 because taking the 2 e raised to x containing terms, we get a plus b is equal to 1. And similarly, we get a is equal to 5 directly. Then going further, a is equal to 5. So we have 5 plus b is equal to 1. And therefore, b becomes minus 4. Now once we get these two terms, we can write our modified integral, isn't it? So we get I is equal to the integral of 5 into 2 e raised to x plus 1 and b is minus 4. So minus 4 into derivative of the integral, that is 2 e raised to x, the whole upon 2 e raised to x plus 1. And then in the next step, we separate out the integrals. So we are going to get 5, the integral of 2 e raised to x plus 1 upon 2 e raised to x plus 1 dx, and the other term also we write it this way. Then in the first term, both the integrals go away. So we get 5 integral of dx minus 4 for now as it is. Now again I am going to use the same formula. For the second integral, I am going to use the same formula, that is f dash x, the integral of f dash x upon fx dx is equal to log fx plus c. The same formula I am going to use over here. Instead of substituting, this becomes easier actually. So 5 becomes 5x upon solving. 5 becomes 5x and the other term becomes minus 4 into log of mod of 2 e raised to x plus 1. Because if you observe for the second term, okay, in the second term over here, in this particular integral, the second term, when you find the derivative of 2 e raised to x plus 1, it comes out as 2 e raised to x dx. Okay. So as a result, we can write log denominator plus c. So log 2 e raised to x plus c. So that becomes our answer. The final answer becomes that only. Now, the next sum, one more sum I have given you as assignment. This has been taken from the miscellaneous exercise 4, question 4th, the second question, 5th sum from there. So you can try it out as assignment. It comes on page number 138. So page 138, this sum is there. So you can try it out as assignment and check your answer, whether you're getting it properly or what. If any difficulty, you can always contact me. Now with this, we complete exercise 5.3. Now in the next lecture, what we are going to do is, we are first going to cover the sums from miscellaneous exercise 4, which have been included from exercise, which use the methods of exercise 5.1 and 5.2. Okay. So that much we will cover in the next lecture before going on to the next concept of the lesson. If you realize, the lesson contains total of 6 exercises. So we have already covered half the lesson. So you have to keep practicing. Keep up with me as I am going with the lectures. Okay? And do subscribe and like the channel. We'll meet in the next lecture. Till then, keep healthy and safe.